So I don't see the Browns cutting a quarterback. They may trade one, but the rookies, the rookie draft picks are always safe under this general manager, Andrew Berry. He does not cut his rookie draft picks the first season. So let's put Sanders and Dylan Gabriel. They're going to make the final roster. So it comes down to Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett to probably be the starter at the beginning of the season. And that could go either way. I just think Joe Flacco is so heads and shoulders the best quarterback on this team that he'll ultimately win the job.
What if I told you that the Cleveland Browns just pulled off the greatest draft steal in NFL history? While 31 teams sat there overthinking and playing it safe, Cleveland's GM Andrew Berry had the vision to lock down a future franchise quarterback in the 5th round. And here's the beautiful part. He's got an ironclad policy that's going to protect Shedeur Sanders while he develops into the superstar we all know he's destined to become. This isn't just smart drafting. This is 4D chess by a GM who sees what others missed. Yo, what's good, everybody? Your boy is back with another absolute banger. And today we're diving deep into why the Cleveland Browns might have just secured their franchise quarterback for the next 15 years. We're talking about Shedeur Sanders, Coach Prime's prodigy, and how Cleveland's genius GM has created the perfect environment for this kid to flourish without the pressure that destroys most rookie quarterbacks. Now listen up, because I'm about to blow your mind with just how special this situation really is. According to ESPN, Shedeur Sanders threw for 4,134 yards, 37 touchdowns, and only 10 interceptions in 2024. Those aren't just good numbers. Those are elite numbers that put him in the conversation with the best college quarterbacks we've seen in years. This dude was Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year, second-team All-American, and had every single draft expert calling him a first-round talent. But here's where the story gets absolutely incredible. 31 teams were so focused on overthinking and following conventional wisdom that they completely whiffed on generational talent. According to Yahoo Sports, Sanders was sitting there available at pick 144, and the Browns didn't just stumble into him. They actively traded up to make sure they got their guy. They sent picks 166 and 192 to Seattle because they knew they had found something special. Think about that for a second. While other GMs were worried about draft position and what the media might say, Andrew Berry was quietly executing one of the smartest moves in recent NFL history. He got a quarterback with first-round talent in the 5th round, and then he did something even more brilliant. See, there's this policy in Cleveland that nobody talks about, but ESPN Cleveland's Tony Grossi just revealed the genius behind it. He said, and I'm quoting directly here, "The rookie draft picks are always safe under this general manager Andrew Berry. He does not cut his rookie draft picks the first season."
Well, I don't think he's got the carte blanche to do anything he wants. But realistically, it was a speeding ticket, but it was excessive speed, 101 miles an hour, and it was the second one in a week. So I think there's been a conversation they've had with him. Certainly not grounds for anything drastic. Fortunately, nobody's hurt and all that. And I think they'll treat it as a learning experience and see how he reacts from that point on. Listen, if he was a 5th round defensive tackle with a history of off the field problems, he might have been cut, but he's never had any off the field problems. And speeding ticket is something to learn from, and hopefully he will.
Now, some people want to make a big deal out of nothing, but let's keep it real. This kid got a couple speeding tickets. According to Grossi himself, it's something to learn from, and hopefully he will. So they've moved on in Cleveland. The organization handled it perfectly, had a conversation with their young quarterback, and moved forward like professionals. You know what I love about this? Andrew Berry isn't letting outside noise or media-manufactured drama affect his long-term vision. According to CBS Sports, the Browns got an A+ grade for this pick, and Berry knew exactly what he was doing when he implemented his rookie protection policy. This policy isn't just about Sanders. It's about creating an environment where young talent can develop without the fear of being cut after one bad practice or one mistake. Think about how many potentially great players have been destroyed by organizations that gave up too quickly. Berry learned from those mistakes and created a system that protects his investments. And let's talk about what Berry actually sees in Sanders that 31 other teams missed. This isn't just about college stats. though those numbers are absolutely insane. According to multiple scouting reports, Sanders has elite arm talent, incredible football IQ, and the kind of leadership qualities you can't teach. The fact that he thrived under the pressure at Colorado, dealing with constant media attention and sky-high expectations, tells you everything you need to know about his mental toughness. But here's what gets me most excited: the financial genius of this move. According to the interview, the Browns added 4 quarterbacks with a total salary cap hit of only $7.5 million. While other teams are overpaying for aging veterans or gambling huge money on unproven commodities, Cleveland got their future franchise quarterback for basically nothing. Compare that to what teams are paying for quarterbacks nowadays. According to ESPN, the average starting quarterback salary is over $35 million per year. The Browns are getting elite potential for rookie contract money while they clean up the Deshaun Watson situation. That's not just smart, that's revolutionary roster construction. And here's something that's flying completely under the radar. Grossi mentioned that the Browns are planning ahead for next year's quarterback class with their 2 first-round picks. But what if that's just misdirection? What if they already know they've got their franchise guy, and they're just playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers? Think about it. Why would you openly announce that you've found your franchise quarterback in the 5th round? You'd have every team trying to poach your coaches, your development staff, your scouts. Sometimes the smartest move is to let people underestimate what you've got while you quietly develop a superstar. Let me break down what's really happening in this quarterback room, because the narrative is all wrong. You've got Joe Flacco, who's 40 years old and clearly a bridge option. You've got Kenny Pickett, who's on a 1-year deal and has never proven he can be a franchise guy. Then you've got Sanders, who according to Grossi is going to make the final roster regardless. And that's exactly how it should be. The beautiful thing about Barry's rookie protection policy is that it removes all the external pressure and politics that destroy young quarterbacks. Sanders doesn't have to worry about one bad preseason game getting him cut. He doesn't have to look over his shoulder every time he makes a mistake. He can focus purely on development and learning the system. And let's be honest about the competition level Sanders faced in college. According to ESPN, he played against some of the best defenses in college football and consistently delivered under pressure. This isn't some small school quarterback who feasted on weak competition. This is a guy who proved himself against elite talent week after week. The Oregon game that Grossi mentioned, Sanders went toe-to-toe with one of the best defenses in college football and showed he belongs on the biggest stage. That's the kind of performance that separates franchise quarterbacks from system quarterbacks. But here's what I think is the most underrated aspect of this whole situation: the development environment Cleveland has created. They're not throwing Sanders to the wolves like so many teams do with rookie quarterbacks. They're giving him time to learn behind veterans, time to adjust to the speed of the NFL, time to master the system. According to multiple reports, the Browns' offense under Kevin Stefanski is perfect for Sanders' skill set. It's built around quick reads, play action, and getting the ball out fast. Exactly the kind of system that maximizes a young quarterback's strengths while minimizing his weaknesses. And let's talk about the weapons Sanders is going to have when his time comes. According to ESPN, the Browns have invested heavily in their offensive line and running game. They've got elite talent at tight end, solid receivers, and one of the best rushing attacks in the league. That's the kind of supporting cast that turns good quarterbacks into great ones. The fact that they're keeping 4 quarterbacks tells you everything about how much they value Sanders. Most teams would never carry that many quarterbacks, but Cleveland knows they've got something special, and they're not risking losing it for roster flexibility. Here's what nobody wants to admit: the Browns didn't just get lucky with this pick. This was calculated, strategic, and brilliant. Barry identified a player who was being undervalued because of draft position and external noise, and he had the vision to make the move. According to Yahoo Sports, Sanders was considered by many to be the most pro-ready quarterback in the entire draft class. His accuracy, decision-making, and leadership were all off the charts. The only reason he lasted until the 5th round was because teams got scared of the media attention and the pressure that comes with drafting Coach Prime's son. But you know what? That pressure is exactly what's going to make Sanders great. He's been dealing with expectations and spotlight his entire life. While other rookie quarterbacks are going to crumble under the pressure of NFL expectations, Sanders is going to thrive because this is what he was born for: the speeding ticket situation that some people want to blow out of proportion. That's just a young man learning how to handle success and responsibility. Every great quarterback has had to learn those lessons, and the fact that Cleveland handled it maturely and professionally shows they understand they're developing a person, not just a player. Grossi mentioned that if Sanders was a different player, it might have been handled differently. But here's the thing, he's not a different position player. He's a franchise quarterback with unlimited potential, and the Browns are treating him exactly like they should. The comparison to other rookie quarterbacks around the league makes this even more impressive. Look at how many first and second round quarterbacks have failed in recent years because they were thrown into impossible situations too early. Cleveland is doing the exact opposite. They're creating an environment where Sanders can succeed. And let's talk about the long-term vision. Here, according to multiple sources, the Browns are building this team to compete for championships, not just make the playoffs. You don't do that with stopgap quarterbacks and quick fixes. You do it by identifying elite talent early and giving them everything they need to reach their potential. The fact that Barry has never cut a rookie draft pick in his first season isn't just a policy, it's a philosophy. It's about believing in your evaluation, standing behind your decisions, and giving young players the time and support they need to develop. Think about the message that sends to every player in that locker room. It says that when Cleveland drafts you, they believe in you. When they invest in you, they're committed to seeing it through. That's the kind of organizational culture that attracts elite talent and builds championship teams. Here's my prediction. In 3 years, we're going to look back at this draft and talk about how 31 teams made one of the biggest mistakes in NFL history. While they were overthinking and playing it safe, Cleveland quietly secured their franchise quarterback and created the perfect development situation for him to thrive. Sanders has everything you want in a franchise quarterback: the arm talent, the accuracy, the leadership, the mental toughness, and most importantly, the drive to be great. Combined with Cleveland's smart development approach and protective roster policies, this is a recipe for sustained success. The Browns didn't just draft a quarterback, they drafted their future. And with Andrew Berry's rookie protection policy, ensuring Sanders gets the time and opportunity he deserves, Cleveland fans should be more excited about their quarterback situation than they've been in decades. Oh, here's my question for you. Are you ready to witness the emergence of the next great NFL quarterback? Do you think Cleveland just pulled off the steal of the century? And most importantly, how long before the rest of the league realizes what the Browns already know? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and make sure you subscribe. And hit that notification bell, because trust me, you're going to want to follow Sanders' journey from day one. This could be the beginning of something truly special in Cleveland, and you don't want to miss a single moment of it. The future is bright in Cleveland, and it's wearing number 2. Hit that subscribe button because we're about to witness greatness. Fire.